Us, the President and Vice Chancellor of York University, Professor Rhonda Lenton, along with several deans of the various schools of York University. My name is Kumar. I am the founding Vice Chancellor of Jindal Global University. Let me first begin by saying that we have a long-standing relationship with York University that was established almost a decade ago, but that was limited to one school, the law school of both our institutions. But the recent MOU that we signed with York University a few days ago has expanded that relationship, and we have a wider set of relationship between both institutions. This MOU that we signed has created opportunities for both institutions to have exchange programs, dual degree programs, study abroad programs, as well as other forms of collaborations between both faculty and students. I also want to mention that can I have another mic, this mic? I was mentioning that we have established a memorandum of understanding with York University, which has expanded the relationship between the two institutions, and we have many more opportunities to collaborate between York University and Jindal Global University. Now let me come back to the reason why we are here in Kolkata, but also traveling across India. This is part of an effort to build a strong set of academic and research ties between India and Canada. We recognize the importance of both countries. There are 5 major objectives of this visit and also this relationship that we are building. First, India and Canada are democracies and deeply committed to rule of law, and also the importance of shared values, including democratic values. It is quite natural that both India and Canada ought to be working together. Second, historically, Canada has had a very strong and a growing commitment towards diaspora. Indian diaspora has been part of the Canadian higher education for a very long time, and have also been, have assumed various positions of power and responsibility in the social, political and intellectual life of Canada, and that also is built on the strong relationship between both the countries. The third is a recognition of knowledge and also opportunities for universities to come together. Both Canada and India has a thriving higher education sector. Under the national education policy, India has recognized the importance of promoting internationalization. Canada has been the recipient of a large number of Indian students going there for higher studies, and that number is increasing. So we want to create opportunities that can go beyond select cities and select states of India, but also select institutions. One of the reasons why we are here in West Bengal and in Kolkata is to build on the intellectual traditions of the state of West Bengal. It is a well-known fact that students from this state have sought opportunities for seeking for high-quality education in the pursuit of excellence in many parts of India and also around the world. It is quite natural that some of those students may aspire to study in Canada and in York University. That is something we want to build on that. The fourth aspect of this visit is to recognize the extraordinary potential of Indian universities and Indian knowledge sector. This is possible through collaborations in research, collaborations in some of the areas where India has had leadership, including on issues surrounding space technology. There are fantastic opportunities in York University, which President Lenton will talk about it along with the deans, which also will enable the scientists as well as students and faculty from York University to come to India to experience Indian higher education. This, I believe, is important because of the need for collaborative endeavors in the field of research. Once again, the aspiration for individual states in India is also towards advancing that. As you know, education is a concurrent list in the Constitution of India. Both the central government and the state government have a very big role to play in advancing educational initiatives, and in that spirit, it is possible for universities across West Bengal and in Kolkata to build that. And the last part of the objective of the visit is to recognize the need for collaborating across multiple constituencies within the education sector. This evening, after this press conference, we are hosting a higher education conclave. The conclave is expected to be attended by over 100 educationists representing schools, colleges, universities, vice chancellors of universities, principals of colleges, leaders of schools, counselors. The idea is to recognize the seamless opportunities that are available from transition from school sector to higher education sector, and Canada is one such country and York is one such university which is deeply committed to it. I also want to mention that York University, like Jindal Global University, is deeply committed to promoting diversity and inclusion. They have long recognized the importance of scholarships and fellowships like us. A few weeks ago, we announced 2,000 plus scholarships which will benefit over 60% of the incoming class of 2024 as a part of our celebration of our 15th anniversary. York University has done similar announcements with regard to their commitment towards India and how they want to promote access to high quality education in India. So in some ways, the visit of York University to India and to Kolkata and the collaboration between York University and many other Indian institutions that we are hoping to build as a part of this effort is to create opportunities for young people in India and to be able to provide collaborative endeavors in both the countries and both institutions. With those words, I have great pleasure in inviting Professor Rhonda Lenton, the President and Vice Chancellor of York University, Canada, to share her perspectives.
Good afternoon. To be here in this beautiful city in Kolkata. I would like to acknowledge Vice Chancellor C. Raj Kumar, OP Jindal Global University, for his support and his generosity on this trip. My name is Rhonda Lenton, and I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of York University in Toronto, Canada. I'm very excited to be back with the goal, as was said a little bit, it's clear to us, especially post-pandemic, but even before the pandemic, that working in partnership with other universities, not just domestically but internationally, is absolutely key on so many fronts. It's key if you think about the future talent pipeline, how we're making sure that we're not leaving any talent behind, that we're working together to increase the access to higher education, universities in particular. It's crucial when we think about how you function in a global knowledge economy, the kinds of global problems that we're dealing with today that really do take collaboration around the world. You could look at the pandemic, but it's not just the pandemic or other health crises, whether or not it's poverty, access to education, climate change, any of these challenges. Absolutely, we must partner together and work together. For York University, we are about 64 years old. We're the third largest university in Canada. We were created as an access university to increase access on the part of the general population in Canada. Expected to grow to 7,000, but we've grown to 54,000 students. We're an internationally recognized comprehensive university. And core to our plan is our global engagement and internationalization strategy to work with and to identify a number of strategic countries where we want to develop and deepen the partnerships that we have, predominantly, obviously, with other academic institutions, but not only. Just for one example, one of the initiatives that we're launching, given the importance for young people of supporting entrepreneurship, is to create an entrepreneurship study tour, where we're going to bring groups of students from our university to India to learn about one of the largest growing economies and markets in the world here in India. That's just one initiative that we're launching. I want to also say that India and Canada are natural partners to lead in this new global context. And we're also committed to our excellence in education, understanding the importance of higher education for the future of our well-being and the well-being of the planet. By working together, we're going to be able to leverage our own strengths, our resources, our commitment to internationalization to promote a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for our communities. And York University is an excellent partner. I already mentioned to you that our vision is to increase access to university on the part of a diverse group of students at a high-quality, research-intensive university committed to driving positive change. That is who we are. It informs everything that we do.
Partnership. Those three core elements is the underpinning of the success that we have as a university. In India, we already have long-standing relationships. We have a small campus with our Shulak School of Business in Hyderabad, where students can take a 2-year MBA, 1 year in Hyderabad, 1 year in Toronto. We are one of the first institutions, we've been working with Indian institutions since 2005 on a number of different partnerships with India's leading management schools in funding for York University Shulak School of Business partnered with Startup India to host Together 2023, and that gave student entrepreneurs in India the opportunity to work with student entrepreneurs in Canada to develop innovative solutions to address several sectors in India. We launched a partnership between Jindal University and Osgoode Hall Law School many, many years ago, and now we've broadened that to be MOU across our two institutions to explore working together on research, joint faculty exchanges, conferences, development of joint programs together. So these are just some of the growing economies in the world, with people under 25 accounting for more than 40% of the population. It's going to be critical for India to work with like-minded institutions such as York University, and it's certainly critical for Canada to work with like-minded institutions across the world and in India that have similar values and that are committed to bridging the gap between quality education and innovative partnerships to ensure that no talent is left behind and that we're working together to solve the problems that we face in the future. So thank you.
We are interested to study India through the India immersion programs. So we have collaborated with many institutes, and that's a good approach. But now, recently, India has given guidelines so that foreign higher educational institutes also can set up campuses in India. So do you have any such of the planning in future so that you can come to India directly to offer your courses? And my second question is to Professor Kumar. Sir, Jindal University is offering several social sciences and interdisciplinary courses. Those are very much well planned, as at par with the international standards. But it is very good that university has come up with the social science courses, going away from so-called technology and other focuses. So, what kind of differentiation are you offering to the students so that students will join to your campus, except other state-run institutes like JNU and others? Thank you.
So, do you want me to go first? So, I want to emphasize that the campus, the small campus that we have in Hyderabad, that's been in existence since 2013, well before the more recent national education policy, and it's very effective. However, when our approach at that time to that campus and our approach now is that you don't just hop into setting up campuses. India is investing in higher education, and we want to work with our university partners, as I've said, a number of them, including Jindal, to develop some joint degrees, work on pathway programs, do the research collaboration. So at this time, we don't have plans to establish a further campus in India. We really want to strengthen the relationships that we have with partners and figure out the longer term strategy by doing that and having that strong foundation.
Thank you, Rhonda. And I should also mention that regarding internationalization, there are 2-3 ways to do that. What the path that York University has chosen is not only in the form of having a physical brick and mortar campus, which they already have for a while, almost a decade. They have it in Hyderabad as a part of their business school, but they are focusing more on deep and substantive collaborations with existing Indian institutions where they can do dual degree programs, student exchange programs, study abroad programs, and faculty research jointly undertaken between both the schools, both the universities. As far as the question for our university is concerned, it's a very important question. We've always maintained that there are 5 areas in which our university makes an important distinction and provides additional value compared to many other institutions. First is our very strong commitment to research. Our research is not only confined to faculty. We have democratized the element of research in which our students are part of the 50 research and capacity building institutes that we have, and our students and faculty members work together. The research is also able to be promoted because of our 1:9 faculty-student ratio, which is an incredible faculty-student ratio, not just in India, but even global standards. Universities around the world don't have such a faculty-student ratio, because of which our faculty end up having more time for research and our students have more access to faculty time. The second aspect of our university, which distinguishes from other universities, is we are a truly global university. For us, and because of which the 1,100 full-time faculty members come from 51 countries and 11,000 students come from 70 countries, and we have partnerships with over 400 universities spread across 70 countries. These collaborations have direct impact on the life of a student, where he or she is able to pursue student exchange program abroad, dual degree programs abroad, immersion programs abroad, just as other students can also do that. The third aspect of our university is our strong commitment to interdisciplinarity. We are a very interdisciplinary institution where, regardless of whichever school or program a student is part of, he or she is able to take courses, cross-register courses from other schools and programs in the same campus. Something that's unthinkable in most Indian universities, because they are traditional institutions where the interdisciplinarity is not woven into the academic curriculum and the course structure. The fourth aspect of our university is our strong commitment to providing opportunities for career services, including internships and placements. We have a mandatory internship program. Every student is expected to pursue 2 internships in a year, regardless of whichever school or program, UG or PG. And we provide those internship opportunities for the students. So it's a massive exercise that our Office of Career Services undertakes. And every student is expected to pursue 2 internships in a year, depending upon the duration of the program. If they are in a 5-year program, they will do 9 internships. If they are in a 3-year program, they will do 5 internships. If they are in a 2-year program, they will do 3 internships, excepting the last semester when they are graduating. Every other semester, they will be pursuing an internship program. Experiential learning, bridging the gap between theory and practice, wherein the opportunity to work outside the university is not only confined to internship, but also capstone projects where they undertake a longitudinal presence in the industry or in a think tank or in a research institution, or in a non-governmental organization, or in an intergovernmental organization, the experience of which they bring back into the institution itself. So companies, business enterprises, if it's a public policy and international affairs school with think tanks and research institutions and NGOs, if it's a environmental school, environmental organizations, if it's as an institution, we have a commitment towards providing internship for our students, which can ultimately propel them to become professionals and even help them to make informed career choices, and even the firms may decide to hire them at a professional level from a career standpoint.